Have you ever felt a little overwhelmed with knowing that you're getting all of the nutrients that you need when you're eating more plant-based foods? So for example, one of the most common questions that I get asked about plant-based foods and nutrients is, how do I get enough protein? It's really common knowledge that things like chicken, beef, eggs provide you with protein and some key nutrients. But when you're not eating these things, or when you're not eating them as frequently, how do you know that you're getting enough protein and also enough of these other common nutrients that are found in some of these animal-based sources? Great question. When switching to a plant-based lifestyle, or even if you've been following a plant-based lifestyle for a while, you want to pay extra attention to a few key nutrients that could potentially be missed in your diet, especially if you're not fully aware of how to get them through plants or plant-based foods. So I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need to know, what you need to be a little bit more cautious of and conscious of, from your protein intake to zinc, and I'll also share how you can get them plentiful when eating plant-based. I'd love to know where you are right now with plant-based eating. Are you simply looking for more plant-based foods in your diet right now, or are you completely transitioning to eating a fully plant-based diet? Or have you already been practicing a vegetarian or a vegan diet? Let me know below. If you're just finding my page for the first time, hey, I'm Mikkel Kawinga, registered dietitian, founder of Nutrition Stripped, and creator of the Method membership. And I'm here to help you eat more plant-based, whole foods in a really easy, mindful, and enjoyable way. Plants can provide us with an abundance, and they do provide us with an abundance of nutrients, vitamins, minerals, macronutrients. And eating more plants, regardless of whether or not you choose to practice a vegetarian or a vegan diet, can be so beneficial to your overall well-being. With that being said, there are a few key nutrients that you just want to make sure that you're getting enough of that are commonly coming from most of your animal-based sources and animal-based proteins. So as you're eating more plant-based, you just want to make sure that you're being mindful so that you're getting enough of these to feel your best every day and giving your body what it needs. So before I jump in, I want you to know that if you're interested in eating more plant-based foods, you can download my free guide where I take you through the entire process of what you need to know to create healthy eating habits by just eating more plant-based whole foods every single day. I also include how you can build a really great, delicious, well-balanced meal in 15 minutes using my most popular recipes. So be sure to grab that after you watch this video. The first nutrient I want to address is protein. I mentioned earlier that the most common question I get from the entire Nutrition Stripped global community when it comes to plant-based eating is, am I getting enough protein? Even my clients who do consume animal proteins ask me this. You need protein every single day to function. It helps maintain bone, skin, muscle health. It's also especially important for people looking to build muscle, or again, plant-based eaters who are also really active. If you're not getting enough protein in your day-to-day diet, you may notice that you might feel a little bit lethargic, have low energy, have increased hunger, overall appetite is increased, your hair and skin and nails may become really dry and brittle. You may also be retaining a little bit more water than usual. You might have slow wound healing from any cuts or scrapes. You might be getting infections, or you might be getting sick more often. Now, while you don't need to eat meat to get enough protein, since there are great sources of plant-based proteins available to you, you do have to make sure that you are aiming for quality plant-based sources or enough of them throughout the day. There used to be a push towards combining foods to make sure that you're getting all of the essential amino acids at every single meal. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein. But research has shown that that's pretty much old news, and what's more important is eating a variety of foods every single day. Try to eat a variety of foods every single week that have those different amino acids that our bodies will use. So just keep that in mind as you eat a diverse range of starchy carbohydrates, proteins, healthy fats, non-starchy carbohydrates. If you do that, you're likely to meet your needs, and when in doubt, always speak with a registered dietitian who can give you a full dietary assessment and support your individual needs. That's what we're here for. So some of the top and most popular plant-based proteins include tofu, tempeh or organic varieties of those, beans, lentils, nuts, seeds. And I have a video that you can check out on my website or on my YouTube channel after this called 10 plant-based proteins that you should try, where I break down each one, how to use it, some recipe ideas. So definitely search for that after watching this if you're worried about your protein intake. The second nutrient to know is iron. Your body needs iron to make hemoglobin, which carries oxygen throughout the body. Now, if you're not getting enough iron, signs and symptoms will kind of vary in range, but in general, you might feel really low in energy, have shortness of breath. You might find that your skin tone is paler than your usual skin tone. You might have changes in your menstrual cycle. You might have headaches or lightheadedness, heart palpitations. You might have really dry and brittle hair and skin and nails, or restless legs. Your nails might become spoon-shaped. You might have really strange cravings for like chalk and ice. You might feel really cold or have increases in anxiety. The tricky thing about this nutrient in plant-based eating is that it's sometimes hard to absorb or harder to absorb, and some foods can actually block your body's absorption. So these foods include some polyphenols, which are called tannins, and these are found most often in coffee and tea, and then also phytates, which are found in whole grains and legumes. So the trick is to eat iron-rich foods like your whole grains, your nuts, your seeds, some of your dark leafy greens, fortified foods, along with some vitamin C. These are found in red bell peppers, oranges, grapefruit, most of your fruits and vegetables, because vitamin C helps your body absorb plant-based sources of iron. And because the possibility of malabsorption is a possibility, it's best to get lots of your iron from many sources, and also remember not to take any calcium supplement around the time of an iron-rich meal, because calcium competes with iron and it can hinder your body's way of absorbing it. So spinach is a great source of iron and vitamin C, and you can pair it with black beans, which is also a great source of iron and protein. Another nutrient to be sure you're getting enough of is zinc. Zinc is a mineral and it helps your cells grow, repair. It plays a role in your thyroid health, skin health, aids in protein metabolism. So basically you need it for everyday function, and it's really important that you consume enough of it. It also helps with immune function, wound healing, and DNA synthesis. Now, you may notice that you don't heal from your wounds like scrapes as quickly as you used to if you have a zinc deficiency. You may see changes in your menstrual cycle, you may experience weight loss or notice white spots on your nails, loss of appetite, and your sense of smell and taste are not as strong as if they were when you were getting enough zinc in your daily diet. So like iron, the body can have some trouble absorbing zinc. So particularly in a plant-based diet, or if you have unique digestive issues that make it a little bit more challenging for your body to absorb and utilize zinc, it's really important, and especially true when you're eating certain legumes and whole grains which contain phytates that block the absorption of zinc from your body. This is especially true when eating legumes and whole grains, which contain phytates that block the absorption found in a single meal where it's present, not necessarily the entire intake of your day. So cooking and preparation methods like soaking, sprouting, or even fermentation can help high phytate foods reduce the amount of phytic acid that they have, which can really support your body in absorbing these key minerals. Baked beans, cashews, chickpeas, hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds, and oats are great options for adding iron into your diet. Next up is vitamin D. You need vitamin D in order to absorb calcium and therefore promote bone health. It also plays a role in immune health, cardiovascular health, as well as many health systems including the pancreas, muscles, brain, and cell cycles. Now, according to the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, about 42% of the population has a vitamin D deficiency. So it's crucial to pay attention to how much you're getting in from your food and also how you're feeling. If you have a vitamin D deficiency, you may notice you feeling really low in energy, really tired most of the time, getting sick more often, having mood swings, bone pain, changes in your menstrual cycle, depression, anxiety, and also hair loss. Most vitamin D sources come from animals, namely fish, but you can find it in fortified cereals and also in plant-based milk. There are a few forms of vitamin D. Another nutrient to make sure that you're getting in your plant-based meals is calcium. You might already know that calcium helps protect your bones, as we just shared, but it also helps with nerve and cell signaling. It also helps with the dilation of blood vessels and muscle function overall. Now, unlike other mineral or vitamin nutrient deficiencies, a calcium deficiency isn't as noticeable. So over time, it can lead to bone loss, it can lower bone density. So that's why it's really important to be more proactive about your calcium intake than reactive. You probably also remember hearing that you need to drink your milk, or you need to drink your cow's milk, right, to help protect your bones, which is partially true because calcium is important. However, you can still get calcium from plant-based foods by being really mindful of the intake and also enjoying fortified foods that contain calcium. Now, keep in mind, many plant-based foods contain calcium, including really popular greens like collard greens or tahini, sesame seeds, bok choy, and kale. Another good calcium-rich food to enjoy is organic tofu or tempeh, for example. When it's made with calcium sulfate, it can contain up to 250 milligrams of calcium in one serving. And the final vitamin that you need to know that you're getting enough of in your diet is B12. Vitamin B12 is so important for producing DNA, and it's essential for red blood cell formation and cell metabolism. However, it can be tricky to get this vitamin if you do consume an animal-free diet. In fact, one study found that about half of vegans are B12 deficient. So like calcium, it's really important to be very proactive with consuming enough vitamin B12 since it has long-lasting effects if you do have a deficiency. So you may be deficient if you feel lethargic, which is a really common symptom of all of these, have depression, increases in anxiety, mood swings, poor sleep, paler skin than usual, feeling of pins and needles throughout your body, mouth ulcers or cuts, and blurry vision. Now, that doesn't mean that it's impossible to get enough of the nutrient though. One of my favorite plant-based ingredients with B12, along with several other B vitamins, is nutritional yeast. And it is fortified with all of these B vitamins. It's a really great cheesy flavor. You can add it on top of any Foundational 5 Nourish meal that you have, and in so many recipes. Now, if you want the recipe ideas, head over to nutritionstrip.com and simply search nutritional yeast, and you'll find so many ideas, including my chickpea burgers, which are so great, perfect for a plant-based meal, and also my cheesy dust recipe. Also, most almond milk or non-dairy milks like yogurts and cereals are fortified to include B12, calcium, and vitamin D. So most of the time when I have a client who's practicing a vegan lifestyle in particular, I first recommend a dedicated B12 supplement to ensure the maintenance and also ensure that there's a high quality source present since it's so difficult to get enough being fully vegan. And in addition, some of my clients, just depending on their lifestyle, depending on their diet choices, can also benefit from taking a multivitamin or specific vitamins to meet their dietary needs. So if you're wondering about that, just be sure to supplement smart and work with a registered dietitian like one of our NS Wellness coaches at Nutrition Stripped. We're happy to help. So, wow, we just covered a ton of information on what you should be eating to nourish yourself well, also making sure that you're meeting your nutrient requirements, but that's only part of the equation. Be sure to download my free guide where I share several other factors that play a key role in creating healthy plant-based eating habits for life and also maintaining them in your day-to-day life. So stay tuned for a few other videos and resources that I think you will love. If you'd like more support with plant-based eating, then be sure to check out all my recipes and nutrition tips that I've linked here that I think you're really going to enjoy. And as always, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I share more videos like this every single week. I hope that you have a really beautiful day, and remember, health is a daily practice.